Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent node development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Watch User Ben68 for more information. Warning: this podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland. Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
G'day and welcome to the UDU Podcast, UDU number 74. I'm Ben68. Today's show is recording live on either Tuesday the 1st or Wednesday the 2nd of November, depending on where you're at. With me, as always, is the rotting pixel zombie, more cheese. Some of our regular segment hosts, a selection of the finest from the Upland Development United Team and general Upland community members. And we've also got someone in from something called the Mellow Node. If you are watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify and wondering how you yourself can get involved live, we drop the link to the Zoom within the Metaverse Ventures Entertainment server each and every Tuesday at about 6:15 p.m. UCT time. Link is in the description, or get into Cheese's DMs. She flings the link out here, there, and everywhere as well.
I do, yeah.
Today, we'll be catching up on some contemporary crypto, Upland, and NFT news and events, running through some of the highs and lows from the week that was and will be in and around the Upland Metaverse. We'll, of course, touch on some Upland Development United news, some big news, in fact. NVE and Samurai Aquatics updates. We'll be running a Metaverse Spotlight on the Mellow Node in Bayswater Queens. And, of course, we'll be giving away 10,000 UPEX for the weekly challenge. And one of our live participants will get their shot at the 1 million UPEX wheels. How you doing this morning, Jesus?
I'm good. You sent me some money earlier. I'm wondering what that's about. Is that another escrow thing?
Yes, that is.
All right.
We'll talk about that in the Samurai Aquatics segment. But yes, that was just bumping up that business balance. So don't spend it. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Before we dive into it all, let's catch up on how things are going with our friend Cran Handler and his Halloween competition for the BE Academy Block Explorer shop, which is located in the heart of Portage Park at 5357 West Byron Street. Did you get your selfie entry in yet? There is still time, people. So we're just jumping over here to the BE Academy Discord server. And we've got here, like we ran through last week, you've got until the 4th of November, 5 p.m. PT time. So basically what you have to do is get yourself over to Chicago, send to 5357 West Byron Street, and take a selfie of your Block Explorer at the BE Academy apartment building. Now, where are we? Cheese and I did this over the weekend down here somewhere. We had a bit of fun coordinating. Scrolling.
And
So
what do you win from this?
Oh, it's very cool.
Oh.
So that was my selfie.
Then there goes my selfie.
And then, look, teamwork.
Yay.
So yes, now I'll scroll back up. Let's see the prize. If you will invite a friend, which is what I did, I invited Cheese to the server, and that's a bit rude. He's put he there. He or she will post a selfie of their Block Explorer and tag you in the channel to receive 3 entries to win a free Block Explorer. Ooh. Additionally, at the end, he's going to choose the best screenshot and a prize of 10,000 UPEX. There you go. So free Block Explorer and possibly 10,000 UPEX just by going over and taking a selfie.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. So get on over and check that one out.
Stop mucking about.
Stop. Hey, you're stealing my thunder. All right, let's get into the breaking bad news and take a look at what's been happening in some of the crypto and Upland markets. Now, I did do a mad scramblage before to get all this ready, and I've added Avalanche AVAX to this because I have started dollar costing dollar cost averaging a tiny bag of that. And of course, none of this is financial advice. Do your own research, yada, yada, yada. According to the coin market cap, we're back over 1 trillion. So we've had a 4% boost. Last week we were at 967 billion. We're back over 1 trillion for the market cap. And the Bitcoin dominance has continued to fall down 3% to 38.7%. So not financial advice, but advice to myself is when you see stuff like that, it's time to tread carefully. Everyone's piling in on the shit coins and hedging their bets. As for the
Speaking of shit coins,
Go for
we
it.
need to put Shiba in there.
Well, if you're buying it up, sure, we can do that.
Yeah, I got
Well,
millions of it.
Well, I don't have a little mini crypto spotlight this week, so maybe we can set that up for next week. That can be your homework. There you go.
Oh no.
No. So yes, Bitcoin's up 2%, back over 20,000 US dollars. Ethereum up a whopping 7%, back over 1,500. Wax and Engine, tiny bumps up 2%, Ripple down 2%, Solana 3% up. EOS is up over $1.10, now $1.16, 5% up. Polygon, interesting, 6% drop, was 92 cents last week, down 87. Cardano's rounded off to 40 cents. Tron's flat. Flow's up 5%. Don't know why I've got 3 decimals there. I'll fix that up. And yes, Avalanche is a new one patched in. The last week figure is $16.81. I just took that off the chart, so it's not fully accurate for the timing. But this week she's up 10% from that to $18.67. So yes, still advising caution. So it's not financial advice, it's cautious advice. Yeah, I still think that we're due for some fat red candles, and I'm still praying to Slayer and raining in blood. I want to see some big red ones because I want to keep dollar cost averaging for at least the rest of this year before I pack my bags away. But we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
On the flip side, in Upland news, the 90-day average trading volumes were down a whopping 6%. For the millions, we were at 71 million daily last week, down to 67%. No, I said percent, 67 million this week. And same for the 90-day average trading volume, down 4%, kind of sliding towards 3,500 daily trades. So, I mean, there is a lot of FUD about. Everybody diving into the FUD that's around. There's FUD on Twitter. There's FUD on YouTube. It's all happening with the FUD.
Here a FUD, there a FUD, everywhere a FUD.
Absolutely. Don't invest more than you're willing to lose, and you just shake that FUD off.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Yes. What do we got in the actual? I didn't even have a good look at these. Oh, I did notice too. I checked through some of the figures were reporting as 0% movage. I went and double checked on a different site, and that wasn't indeed accurate. So one of those sites might be a bit bugged. See how we go. But San Francisco, we're up on the USD, 5% down on the UPX. Manhattan continuing to drop, now under $50, $47.99, and 77,777 UPX. Danzig's going to love that number. Chicago, oh, that's interesting. I've been crushing the floor in Chicago, but that's even dropped even further from where I've been crushing it. So I might hold off for a little while there, down to 5,500 UPX and $3.85. LA's had a nice little bump up to $4.25 from $4.10 and back over 7,000 UPX. Bronx, geez, you're all over the place there.
6%, that's great.
6% on the UPX, now just under 12,000. But you've had a little bit of a dip on the USD and not much happening in Rio. Yeah, so up, down. Such is the fun. Over to you, Cheese. What's been happening in Upland this week?
So much that I can't even think about it. I have to throw to Uplando.
I like how that gets done. the introduction. Thank you so much. That was a great intro. I like it. You can just do a drum roll and then go in over to Uplando. There's a lot going on in Upland. It's funny that you talk about FUD. I've as you were saying that, I thought, why don't we go and get Elmer FUD and start a whole coin and an NFT collection, and Elmer can put out, these very tongue-in-cheek projects that he's got going on. Well, hunting for FUD.
It's funny, Uplando, like that's a good I go to the cafe and I'm talking to people and I'm trying to get them excited about stuff. Like sometimes I need to kind of be reminded about all the stuff that came out, because I tell them and they're like, oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. The promises. Like, so I'm not sure what the FUD, what the FUD is.
It's because they don't get instantaneous, rewarded. There's this whole thing. I mean, look, we have had more in the month of October than we have had in sometimes a 6-month span of period of time in Upland that had been announced. Not only that, but the team is listening. What you got for October was players asking to have their ornaments for Halloween to put on their structures prior to having this 1 week before we had, the week of Halloween. And they did. They said, yep, you know what? That's we're going to do that. So boom, all the previous, structure ornaments you had for Halloween, boom, you got to put those on your structures. We were celebrating it. We got not only 1, but 2 sales for structure ornaments and block explorers with Jackie Sai, premier artist that came in and dropped some cool structure ornaments, block explorers, very, very cool stuff. So I thought that was just tops, right? We got a lot. A lot. So we got to, we had a neighborhood competition. It looks like Portage took it for the win on that one, and then Creedmoor for Bella Rose. And it looks like there's a tie between Mexican Town and, I'm going to blow it, one other that was there. Sherwood, maybe, was the forest. Sherwood, I think it was what it was there. Maybe. We haven't gotten the official announcement on this yet as to who actually won. So we'll get an official announcement for the team on that competition. We'll see. They get a racetrack. So it looks like Portage is going to get that racetrack from the team. That's very cool. I do think there needs to be some tweaking of the metrics and changes so that those who start can, you could have a small node just as well as a big node, and make sure that we have something that's not just continually repeatable based upon having a large area and being able to dominate on that. We want the underdog, to be able to make a showing. So with that said, we'll see how that continues forward. They will continue to tweak as we give them feedback as we do. So ongoing is going to be, we're right into November 1st, of course. Welcome everybody to 2-month countdown before the end of the year for 2022. That means the working days for this right at less than, we're on like just at 60 or less working days. That is not a lot to get the rest of these different programs out, meta ventures out, everything that's on the roadmap. If you haven't gone over to the roadmap, do so. Go to upland.me, check it out, scroll down, look at the roadmap, see what's coming up. There's going to be a lot that they have got on the actual roadmap, things that they have promised us. We'll see how those come to fruition. So many things to be unveiled for us. And if you have looked prior to when we got the announcement to Voxel and Gala, X1 had in his Discord, in the little definition of his name, that there was a big announcement. Now he says that there is a major announcement coming. I mean, what could it possibly be? Over there to the guy. I know.
Hopefully not something involving UpX, because I'm tapped. So hopefully it's some woodwork news.
I'm hoping it's the release of STEM. I know, like probably not till next year, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. I'm okay with waiting for the ducks to get in their rows, but wouldn't that be major?
STEM would be good. Spark Exchange active in the game would be great.
Yes.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? Communication in game, that would be something. We've got all these things that they have been kind of building up to, and you're going to get these things released. It is going to happen, and the team does it in bite-sized manners. So we'll see what actually happens to this. There is a lot of partnerships that I see coming into fruition. I have seen some things like, and this could just be markings on, but I think that these are, double check people, but there's a GM manufacturing, something about that in the whispers. Also, somebody had caught and again, this is not official, not 100%, just in the rumor mill, but Abdullah had spoke about a partnership, something that he had texted out there or DM'd out there. I think it was just a general post about a potential partnership, but we don't know. These are all fun things to, toss into the rumor mill and get them telephoned in there. And before you know it, Abdullah's buying Upland, it'll be all the
with Elon. Because that's what he said. How would you guys feel if me and Twitter did like a partnership buyout? I was like, what?
Yeah, that would be. So we'll see how these things come through. And once you've been around the block, if you're a legacy OG in the game, you know how to kind of pace yourself with these types of these little announcements and these, the FUD or the excitement or whatever is going to happen, to wait until you get everything in black and white. And then even then, things can be switched around, letters can be changed, things can happen. So we're all
no good deed goes unpunished. So it's true though. It's like, all right, so you want us to be transparent. You want us to be, tell you everything. But then when it doesn't work out, which is not their fault, like things happen. It's like, burn the witches.
Right. Crazy.
Well, they kind of bring that on themselves by hyping it up like that. Like, I think that's madness. Like with X1 changing his thing to his Discord description to that. It just creates...
he probably knows it, like knows about it, but like we can't get anything like, oh, we're thinking about doing this sort of stuff.
Yeah, it has to be solidified, and then he teases it out and brings it there. It's always fun. They haven't done an auction. We've asked about this, and we have a mod meeting at the end of this. We should be here pretty soon. We didn't get one in yet, but I presume that they're going to have one. We did bring on a new mod, so congratulations and welcome. Carrie M is a new mod in the Discord of Upland. So we've got a little bit more eyes on the scene here. And what I think, they'll actually have a mod meeting now with everybody in, and then we'll discuss several different things. What I'm most excited about to see in this last 60 days is everything that they have for the holidays leading up. Now, typically they do some things like block explorers, like the gravy boat and the turkey hat and different things like that for that type of the year. But the holiday season is my favorite time outside of Halloween for Upland, because it does start to ramp it up. You get it all revved up, and then you kind of slowly wind down and get into Lazy River Ride. Of course, it's going to be the Lazy Ice River Ride as we're getting into the holiday season, but that'll be fun. And one of the things that we are waiting for is these final announcements. So not a whole lot of concrete information that's heading out to everybody this time, but I will say for a couple things. Number one is in the Upland Cafe, just as strong. We've got a lot of people that are coming in. We help as new players come into the game in Upland official Discord over there. It's the only voice channel that we have. We help new players understand this game. If you can imagine, more cheese, Ben, everybody that's here getting in, this would be your first acclimation to the game with so much going on. It's not just, oh my God, not how do sends work. It's what is going on. How am I going to get this? I don't even, it would be so much because we've had so much time to learn. It's packed away in our knowledge base. As new things come on, we can make a little room and get things sussed out and understand it. So that's an ongoing project that we have, and we continue to do so. For November 10th and 11th, we just may have ourselves some special guests in the Upland Cafe, a well-known NFT artist bringing in some goodies, and a Metaverse Decor also going to be bringing in some goodies. If you're live there, going to be explaining the drill down all the way from the little tiny meta all the way up to the big picture. And then you never know when you're going to win yourself some decor. You never know how that's going to work out. So you might want to check out. I'm going to be dropping some hints and some teasers. Lastly, I'll put out there this for the holiday season that we have coming up. It's going to be the 19th through the 23rd in the Upland Cafe. The thing that's special about this is it's for charity. And if you look back at the UDU and what the UDU has done and the duration of which this organization has been put together, they have learned and they have put together so many projects with so many people and really gone through many cycles of all this. So it's really great to be a part of the organization And they always put a best foot forward when doing things like this. So I will throw this out to you. I'm going to drop it in chat. This is from our friend GFG. If you didn't look last year at what this otherwise was the big gift under the Christmas tree, we always do some kind of big gift for the holiday season. It is his evolution in what he had done. He had made actual replicas from a 3D print from the Upland structures that were available at that time. And those were printed out, and we had a winner for that. And what he's done is now he's evolved that. If you want to play that, Ben, you'll see what he has come in. It is lit up. So now he is printing these structures, and now they are illuminated from the interior part of this. They look white on the outside, but when you get it all plugged in, they illuminate. They're about the size of your hand. These pieces are starting to really show how his craft is starting to, again, like I say, evolve. He is doing not only just these smaller pieces, but he, at the end of this video, he teases out building entire neighborhoods on 3D print. Yeah. And so you can imagine he's got the orange and the green that you would see there. And there's the little neighborhoods that he's building out. You could imagine what he's going to have for, I don't know, the holiday events and being able to light things up. And you never know what's going to be under the big tree for you to win. So very cool stuff. Lastly, again, big shill time for me, Uplando, but we're going to have, if you're wanting to get over and get yourself some Thanksgiving themed block explorers, Fresno, California. It is at the H&M El Camino address there. Pop in. We're going to have great prizes, great gifts going throughout this holiday season. I'll throw it back over to you, Ben and Cheese, if you guys have any questions from all that.
I always look to your store to see if there's any like good sales going on, and I'll just take a quick train ride right over because I'm always in San Francisco.
We had sick listings. We had 3 of the under 250 mints, all for $39, half off of what was the floor price on the Halloween blowout. There's still some over there. Spider by Billy. There's an adult vampire. There's all kinds of things over there. But
those skulls.
Yeah, the skulls those go fast. The Jackie Sy skulls.
I got one of them from you. I was able to snatch one of them.
Yeah, there was a couple more that were in there, and people really gobbled those up really fast. So it'll be fun to see. Look, I love being a part of the UDU and the community as a whole for all the things that you do. So I'll yield back my time and hear the rest of the info.
Thank you, Uplando. We always appreciate your inputs. Now, Uplando has alluded to the continuing evolution of UDU, and today we're going to take the step into version 5.0. So if you're a UDU member, you might want to get your lotion on ready at the standby so you can ease out of the version 4.0 skin and get ready to step into a whole new world.
Yeah, this is officially where we go from red robes and the chanting and being there. These are, there could be some body tattoos. There could be some alterations that you have to do. You never know. Piercings and things. Always keep it red robes, people. Pinkies up.
Well, we do have a new robe to share. Yes, so that is part of it, but more on that later.
Fantastic.
All right. What are we up to here, Cheese? Uplando's done his, and he remembered his plug. Thank you for that. Legits, we're still in position for that. Node report. Upland Puppet is back. How you doing this morning, mate?
Hey, good to be back, guys. How are you? Good afternoon, morning, and evening. I'm glad to be back. Sorry I missed last week. I was actually sitting on my couch watching television. No, I'm kidding. I had some personal stuff. But no, so this week, yeah, I jumped into Upland as per usual. I spend entirely too much time in there, excuse me, or as my kids call it, my city game. So let's see. And I stopped by somewhere where I've been putting this off a little bit, but I really wanted to stop and talk to the gentleman because when I first got into this game and as I've been going through the game, this name just kept coming up. And I said, who is this Buck guy? He's doing amazing, whoever he is. And so I stopped and I talked to the Metaverser. He's the owner of Buck Explorers and also of 5 nodes that have begun. But this person in particular and these nodes that are going off, I love, because the reason that this intrigued my interest originally was because the way that this group seems to be approaching this is almost like a guerrilla style art advertisement propaganda campaign. It's amazing. They're using posters from what I've seen, following the social media and stuff just to promote. And they're actually one, if not the first groups other than Upland bringing other companies in. and helping out with that themselves. So, oh, and I can say too that I bought a couple of properties off of the Metaverse because when I first got it, the art that he used to do for the properties that he was selling were amazing. I mean, they sold me on a couple alone. Anyways, enough blowing sunshine. Some of the current features of these nodes, which are 5 nodes too, actually, are what I was just speaking on, which is the real world business onboarding. And there's a lot of names here. So that this name, and I love this, the way that they're organizing everything in these nodes, because as you guys know, with one node, it's a lot, let alone 5 that are getting to be popular as well. Anyways, the real world business onboarding that is called Buck Corps. And I'm going to try to do as well as I can with all of these. And some of the businesses that they've got on board already with this is Smart Owl Coffee, which I heard about this through some whispers too in the general chat on Upland and such. Let's see, Norwood Redlegs, and Aussie Football Rules Club. That's what that is. They're expanding Buck communities to Norwood Park and Sherwood Estates, which, like I was saying, that will bring them to a total of 5 Buck communities, including San Pedro, Ridgewood, and Old Hickory. I did grab a couple of properties in these areas because this has to be one of the most affordable nodes that I hear the most about when I'm checking out all the chat going on about nodes. Let's see, and this was crazy when I was talking to the Metaverser. Was he's got a Buck app coming out, and they hope to have that available on the Google Play Store for Android 11/11/22. I have not heard anything like this yet, so I don't know. It's going to be an app for their nodes. I mean, I don't. This seems to be like they're running ahead with some stuff, and I can't imagine the ways they're going to be able to use that. Let's see. They got future plans. They plan to have full use of augmented reality in the Buck app, and with Buck collectibles and with Buck Clothing Company. I love the incorporation of the name. It's great. They plan to have Buck concerts using the Honeycomb bot for the NFT ticketing system. That will get NFT ticket holders the ability to exclusive access to VR concerts recorded in the Buck communities and beyond. Let's see, with the URL, the racing tracks, they plan to have some coming. Buck Champions 100, the Circuit Founders, it's a quarter mile, San Pedro. Let's see, in Queens, they plan another one, and also they plan one in Old Hickory, that's a quarter as well. Some of the key members, I said I was going to put this on the end of these reports just because sometimes it gets to be a long list, and I kind of like that anyways. You got KJC Builders. I feel like I'm doing credits here sometimes. Road 1313 SHLTR Group. Another shout out here. We got Galacticus, Phoenix Finney, Flow 09 Sick, Convex TheAgency. That's a familiar name. Mitash Pook, I think it is. I'm sorry if I'm murdering this. And Coach Funk. As well as the founders. That's about all I got from them this week. I plan, as going further in these weeks, I plan to get a little bit more involved with these nodes. I am picking up properties in them, so it is in my best interest to figure out what's going on as well. I am a horrible Windows shopper. I buy kicks at the checkout all the time, and not kicks. I'm sorry, Kit Kats. And when I'm in these nodes, I'm just like, oh, this is a great property. So my bank's not doing too well. So that's about it with me. With this week, and I said I'm not going to have any puppets this week. I'm sorry, it's just I'm not feeling the puppet thing, and I told them not to come out here. So I hope that's okay.
Absolutely, mate.
What's that?
I said absolutely.
Comedic pause. Yeah, you're coming out. I'm not coming out here. Screw this. The puppets are puppets. Yeah, I'm out.
Somebody dial 911. Or whatever the number is for puppet assault. Now, we just had some news drop live in the chat that's related to you, Upland Puppet Cheese. Do you want to take that away?
Yeah, Fensky just said that Upland Puppet got promoted to member.
Yes.
So congratulations.
That is so strange because I was just thinking this morning, I'm like, how much time has gone by? That is awesome. Thank you guys.
Don't even think about the time.
Listen, I feel like I'm part of the group, so that's awesome. Thank you very much.
No worries. And yeah,
I'm very glad to be here.
Cool.
And that hurt, by the way.
I was like, well, that was a loud sound.
You might need a rest on the couch again next week.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, we're massive fans of what the Metaverse are and what they're doing over at Buck. Just like get on over and check out his YouTube channel. Like some of the stuff he shares there, like it's really fun. And
It was hard to
met
cover
him
with so much.
Yeah,
And I think he's helping us all out with the work, with the legwork that him and his group are doing. So thanks.
Absolutely. And I think, Cheese, you met him in Vegas, didn't you? You had a bit of fun.
Yes, he was so much fun, very laid back, friendly. We did some salsa dancing. It was fun.
And Cooper's just dropped news too. Upland Puppet, your showroom in LA just inaugurated as well.
What a day. What is going on? I got beat up, but some good things happened.
Oh, hang around. You might pull off the 1 million UpX wheels if you
yeah.
Oh, man.
complete the trio.
Better.
All right. Normally, this is the point in the show where we take it over to Dak for an update on URLs and cars and racing, but he's not here. So, Cheese, you're going to take it away this week. What's
I'm
going
gonna be
on?
Dak. I look like big, strong. All right, guys.
Your big hands.
So, all right. So he gave me some talking points. So I'm just gonna roll with those. Creedmoor Halloween Race Spooktacular. So this event raised over 50,000 wax, right? And brought together various communities. They ran into some technical difficulties. The team is working on getting that sorted out so that they can have the race and award the prizes. But 50K wax, that's freaking amazing and awesome. So what
Do you know what the USD figure on that is? What that equates to?
I think you can Google it for me and find out.
I will, yeah.
I'm right on top of that, Cheese.
Yes.
Dak wants to thank everybody who worked on this project, especially the devs who were asked to perform a miracle. They were able to do as much as they did in 2.5 weeks, which is pretty freaking amazing. He said it also helped them understand how much effort went into racing Upland has been developing and why it's rolling out in small increments. So he kind of has a better understanding of how things roll out on that side of things. He also wants to add that Upland has done a really great job with RNG and that it by no means the easy way out. It's very hard to get that right, to do that right.
For racing.
Yeah. And it's basically like, if you think about it, it's the only way to be fair. Like there is no other way. If somebody could think about another way, please let me know because I have no idea.
It's so hard with online games and dealing with people's varying internet speeds and that sort of thing. So yeah, it makes sense.
So he continues, it's a choice they made to do RNG, and it really is harder to go down that path than to make it skill-based. The only reason I can think of as to why is because they want it to be open to anyone and they want to create the most opportunity at a race-based economy. And then I just wanted to throw over to Shaq to see if she has anything to add to this.
Yeah, so yesterday when we all arrived for the race, and the race actually wasn't ready for the race to take place, what TML did was went ahead and drove around the track so that we could see what the developers had put together.
Oh, nice.
And it was so incredible what they've put in. It's like at twilight, and all the buildings have cool illumination effects and ornaments and like creepy like Jack the Reaper and animated spider and whatnot popping up here and there as you drive down the road. And it is so cool looking. Like it's super, super cool. They did an amazing job. And so we just need the game mechanics to work a little bit better. We're talking about having the race next week with like Monday, everybody being shown which car skin they got. And then Wednesday, live streaming the qualifier. And then Friday, live streaming the finals. And it's brought up a new concept of like race week. So that might be something we see in the future, a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type event. We also have direct donations to the Child Mind Institute, which is currently at 314. And so we estimate we're going to be around, close to $5,000 as a final donation. And and our initial goal was 2,500. So
Nice.
we did great.
Smashed it.
Wow. Yeah, you guys did amazing.
And that's all I can think of.
And we got Joe in too. Joe was heavily part of that whole experience. Did you want to chime in there, Joe?
Sure, I'll just follow up with what Shaq said, and it was really great what was there. I know Slav and his son were developing this stuff, and they made some last minute changes. Apparently, Metaverser and TML ran through and everything went fine, and then they tried to do some last minute upgrades, and then that's what kind of caused it to have some issues. But like she said, they did a run through live. It was really amazing. The cars are amazing. It showed a lot of the functionality. You're going to be able to use your block explorers that you have in the game. You'll get a generic car, or you can buy one of these skins that come out, and again, those help the charity. It was really pretty cool. I'm definitely hoping I win. I think I might have a chance because it's the computer driving and not me. So yeah, I'm pretty excited, and it was real cool. It was awesome to see everybody come together and, help a great charity. So it's cool, man.
Awesome. Well, seeing as though you're there, Joe, that's a good segue over to your segment with Rob. Drop it like it's hot. What do we got, boys?
Yes.
All right. So welcome to the lucky number 7th edition of
Drop It Like It's Hot.
Oh man, we're like Snoop Dogg every day, and I'm Pharrell.
Thanks. Anyway, the first drop for today is the Funko drop that happened yesterday. I know Ben gets FOMO, so be prepared to plug those ears, buddy.
Yes.
Anyway, this is some awesomeness. One thing I did want to mention before doing that is that we're going to start posting the drops in the MVE server ahead of time, so that if they happen on Monday, you'll be able to stay up to date. So anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, we had Series 1 Horror Funko drop. Joe was able to get a few packs on the secondary market, engaging prices the last few drops. These seem to be a little bit more popular as far as like prices go. So this was their normal $9.99 for 5 NFTs, the standard pack, $29.99 for the 25 NFTs for the premium. And this is the list of movies that they had: The Lost Boys, Annabelle, The Exorcist, The Conjuring 2, It, La Llorona, and The Nun. Physical pops you could pull include the grail of the drop is Malthus from Annabelle, $9.99 of those. A legendary Pennywise from It with spider legs, interesting, 2,050 of those clowns. A legendary The Nun from The Conjuring 2, 2,050 nuns. A legendary Father Karras from The Exorcist, 2,050 priests. The last legendary is the Crooked Man from The Conjuring, also 2,050. The royalty pull from the pack is Freddie Funko as Georgie. Anyway, $26.94 of those puppies. And
Those look so cool.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, those redeemables are pretty amazing. Okay, so the next drop we're going to cover happened yesterday, and it's from the amazing More Cheese. Awesome Halloween drop of skulls and light up eyes, which is actually my background picture right now. And of course, it's got Ben and Cheese as zombies. They're for 10 wax, and I picked up a few myself as I love the artwork and want to support the homies. I recommend you do the same. I think More Cheese's NFT collection will be very valuable now and in the future, as she is so prolific and constantly producing artwork and helping so many other artists and uplanders on their journey. As you can imagine, Halloween was a huge day for drops, but that was obviously yesterday. So Rob will give you a list of some of the drops that happened on Halloween.
All right. Starting with the Waxel Ninjas kicked off their Halloween event. The Adventures Guild released their special edition license. The Galleria hit us with a Halloween drop. The World of Crypto Pups brought us a Halloween pup. Clashdome releases their Orc badge. Senior Lupe and Bradley Toast have a collaboration. Moon Mining He 3 has a Halloween pack. And Star Cards bring us an Evil Within drop. And then tomorrow, 1800 UTC, 10 a.m. PST, TFMW, which stands for Terraformers Many Worlds, has their Cybertronica packs. Upland actually introduced me to the term Terraformer. I've been looking at their stuff. I think it looks pretty good. Still trying to figure it all out, but the prices are pretty good on Atomic Hub right now. Seems pretty new. I'm going to keep my eye on it.
Right on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover is not really a drop. It's NFT London, which is an offshoot of NFT NYC. And this is basically bringing that conference to Europe. And I'm sure as any of you who have checked out the prices for these things, they're usually pretty high to attend. This one has a minimum ticket price of £600, which is roughly $700 US. After reviewing the full schedule, which is way too much to note here, I would say that the majority of the speakers and discussions are just about a few things: gaming NFTs, music NFTs, art NFTs, and just what you would expect. There's definitely lots of things about communities, how to build and maintain them. Some highlights were architecture in the metaverse, building on virtual real estate, which I know we are all pretty interested in. There's lots of legal and tax discussions, which is obviously important. Also about branding and a lot about AI. There's a whole panel on a UK court approved legal documents to be served as NFTs. And I think this is really important. Ultimately, I see every contract from the deed to your house to your employment contracts being in NFT form. Yep. It's really only a matter of time. I feel like every ticket stub for every concert, even down the warranty you get when you buy a new toaster, is all coming in NFT form in a matter of time. But that's just this weirdo's take on it. We are going to give out another thing. If we can remember on the wheel, we're going to give out 3 of those horror Funko Pops. I got a couple of the Lost Boys ones, the Frog Brothers, the little vampire killer dudes, Corey Feldman and the other guy. And anyways, and I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of
Dropped It Like It's Hot.
Good job, Rob.
Good job, Rob.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Please remind me and we'll give away those at the end of the show. And yeah, Cheese and I are in full agreement as far as NFTs becoming, mainstream via the kind of boredom aspect. It won't be the obvious things. So very cool. All right, where are we up to? MBE updates. Wine and Cheese for episode 57. We got show crashed by one of our legends of MBE, Zoe. She joined us to talk. She joined us to talk a whole bunch of Upland stuff, including the Upland and Gala Games collaboration, Jackie Si's Upland debut, and also we looked at Ozfest in Decentraland, haptic glove talk that might get us cancelled, more Metaverse food news, mouthwash in the Metaverse, which seemed very bizarre, but it turned out to be pretty cool. Tax talk, Interpol, and Metaverse cybercrime, and yet more meta FUD. Anything else been happening in the MBE this week, Cheese?
Geez. I don't know. I'm all over the place, so I don't really.
What have you been doing in there? You're in there every day with
I'm in there
voice
every
chats.
day, but I'm doing the video games and the art in there. And if you guys are bored, stop over at the MBE video game voice chat, and you can hang out with some really cool people and watch us play video games with us, watch us do art, etc.
Absolutely. check that out. Link is in the description as always. Moving on to Samurai Aquatics updates. I'll just touch on this quickly. So yes, we do have our opening day sale coming up. Grand opening sale, Saturday, the 12th of November. We're releasing in 2 waves. Wave number 1 is going to be at 11 a.m. PT. Wave number 2 at 7 p.m. PT. As we say here, we're aiming to have 80 of each model ready for sale, and that'll be split between both waves. We'll see how we go. We might not get to that number, but we shall endeavor to try. So yeah, we got 2 items, the seating with table at 29,000 UPEX, and then we've got the seating with fire pit at 30,000 UPEX. Now, we have started to run some tests with this, and the pricing's a bit weird. Like within the showroom UI, I list the item for sale for say 29,000 UPEX, but then when the buyer goes to check, it automatically has my 5% fee added on. So I don't know how we're going to work that out yet. So we're still running some tests. As part of those tests, where did I put my notes? Yeah, as part of those tests, last night and this morning, we ran some reservations. So we had 2 of our VIPs in the Samurai Aquatics server. That was Finsky and Goldie. They got on over and picked up 1 each to test that out for us. And some of the info that they got back to us was not only helpful to us as a team, but also there was a kind of weird visual glitch for Finsky, and I passed that on to the Upland team too, because yeah, we are still in beta. There is still a lot to be fixed up from both the team, and we're learning a lot too as far as how we're going to go with all that. We will be conducting some additional tests this weekend. We will be putting up perhaps 5 of each item for general sale in the showroom. That's going to be a case of you got to be there and first in, best dressed. No idea when that's going to take place just yet. So if you want to be involved in that, get yourself into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server, and I'll put out the, what is it? Is it the sales blasts or something like that? Choose. Yep.
I sent you something really cool, Ben. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, what and where?
Check your wax wallet.
Oh. Just keep talking Samurai Aquatics while I have a look.
So yeah, November 12th, 2 drop times. There's going to be 11 a.m. PT, 7 p.m. PT. That way, like if somebody's working during the day.
How did you get that?
I bought it. I just bought it.
Holy shizzle.
Cool.
Wasn't that
it's number 68?
Wasn't that the like one of the best ones?
I don't know. I didn't get it for too much.
Woohoo. There you go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the cool ones. Alrighty, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Right up the Ben alley.
Now I'm a bit frazzled after that. Wow, thank you. If you check out the Samurai Aquatics showroom, you will see that I'm also manufacturing mint number 1 of all of the 11 items. So we are going ahead and minting, the sauna, the this, that, and the other thing, the Samurai Aquatics surfer statue. We will be just using those as display pieces in the showroom. They won't actually be for sale, and we won't be manufacturing other mints of those until we've run this first kind of release and, taken our lessons from that and made adjustments and see how we go. All right, moving on. Wine of the week and win of the week. I've got nothing again this week. Anybody who's in chat want to chime in? Have you had a wine? Have you had a win? Yes, I did, Goldie. I did give you a shout out for that. Thank you very much for all the mint number 68s I got for my birthday. Thank you. Wax bombing is a fun sort of terrorism. D-Tech's got his usual wine. He's still banging on his cage, waiting to get out.
He's like, let me in.
No? All right. We'll skip ahead because we got a lot to cover then. Anything to add for Bronxdale this week, Cheese?
We got another building up, Hawaiian's building. We have UDU is next. That one should be done in a couple of days, and then we just keep rolling.
Awesome. In Midtown Terrace news. I have just this morning, I have paid off the 30 build contract that I did. So that was for all of these townhouses along Aqua Vista Way.
So beautiful.
So now I'm back to 0 UPEX again. And I have started putting the list together for the UCC for this big block in Skyview Way. And there's a whole bunch of randoms all over the place. So that'll be about another 50 builds, as I said last week. And that'll take us to a bit over 80% developed. And that'll be it as far as my holdings there in Midtown Terrace. After I get done with that, I will help build out. I know Liquid Emoji's got a few he's putting up, and there's a bunch of randoms here, there, and everywhere. I'll get that done. And then I guess I'll move on to our second node in the list and see what Portage is doing in Lone Mountain. See how we go. All right, now the code phrase for this week is life finds a way. Code phrase for this week, life finds a way.
Jurassic Park or?
Jurassic Park, yes. And that will make more sense after we get done with this next segment. So I did allude to before that the UDU is going to go through the next evolution. So we've been through 4 kind of, some of them not too major, but we have had some major changes in direction that have essentially resulted in what we call, different evolutionary stages. And today is no different, where, like I said, we're shaking off the version 4.0 skin. We're getting ready to shine in our version 5.0 skin. Now, what the hell is all that about? If you're not in the UDU, you've probably got no idea what I'm talking about. So perhaps I will screen share with this.
Screen share.
So if you haven't seen our imagery, back in our early history, we got labeled as a cult, and we went, okay, we'll just run with that. We'll take that on board. So we leant heavily into that. Now, nobody would have seen this color cloak before. This is a platinum color cloak that has been awarded to one of our members. I got into Cheese's ear earlier in the week, and it's kind of, I mentioned this last week and I think the week before, where especially myself have been reflecting on that with everything that we've got on, especially Cheese and I have got going on, and DTech with Samurai Aquatics and MVE, and that the old UDU server has suffered from a lack of engagement from its key personnel, meaning us as the leaders. So we tapped Finsky on the shoulder, and we have upgraded him to a new role called Seneschal, which is effectively he's going to take over as executive management. So thank you and congratulations to Finsky. So this is essentially a one of one. He is the only person that's going to have this particular cloak, and he will also get the NFT associated with that.
And I just wanted to thank Finsky too, because Ben and I have been driving ourselves crazy and wearing ourselves out, and he has been stepping up and helping us without us even kind of like asking, and it's been huge, and I just really freaking appreciate that.
Yeah, and if you've been listening to this show from inception, I often say Finsky's in my DMs, pounding me in my DMs to get this, that, and the other thing going on, and that's happened again recently. So what we've done essentially is handed over the keys to the server to Finsky. Now, the last time I handed over the keys to the old UDU server to Finsky, he freaking lost them. So hold on to your butts. We're not exactly sure where this is going to go, but yeah, expect some big changes as far as the layout to the server, and also just the general engagement levels within the UDU server. So yeah, massive thanks to Finsky to that. So if you've got any ideas about what you want to see or changes you'd like to make, yeah, don't get in Cheese's DMs. Don't get in my DMs. You can go and DM Finsky now. So yes. Now, as part of that, I have given Cheese the heads up, but I haven't. Finsky doesn't know about this either. I'm going to be giving Finsky a 25,000 UPEX weekly balance. So every week, Finsky can pick the day. Every week, I'm going to send Finsky 25,000 UPEX. So keep in mind, after fees, once I've lost fees, once he's lost fees, I don't know, it'll be in the order of 20,000 UPX as a weekly budget that's he's going to be allowed to use or have available to use, I should say, for prizes, giveaways, anything of that nature within the UDU server. So I don't know, maybe he wants to save that up and do like a monthly thing. So it might be a bigger prize. Maybe he wants to use that to buy some properties and then do those as giveaways. Again, it's full control over to Finsky. I'm just going to sling him the funds and say, have at it. So yeah, I know myself, I'm really excited to see what he's got going on. What's happened, Cheese?
Marty D. I put this in gallery mode so I could see everything that's going on.
I'm sorry, guys. It's not professional. I apologize.
Yes. So keep your peepers out for that one. So yeah, I like I said, I didn't give Finsky the heads up about that. So that's the first he's heard of that as well. So Finsky, let me know what day you want that to be sent through, but please don't make it today because I'm tapped out and I'm going to give away 10,000 UPX for the weekly challenge today too. So. So yeah, like I said, if you're in the UDU server and you have any suggestions or whatever, reach out to Finsky. And as part of that, Finsky's going to be playing around with the permissions and whatnot for different channels and that sort of stuff. So if you have lost access to something you think you should have access to, just ask in the server. If you see something you probably shouldn't see, yeah, just let him know as well. And DTech has said, can I be the middleman between Ben and Finsky? He can make sure the UPX gets where it needs to go. You just need to worry about not dropping the soap at the moment, mate. You get that sorted out and then we can have that discussion. All right, moving on. Metaverse Spotlight for this week. We have the Mellow Node in Bayswater Queens. We got TikTok Land is on board. Now, as the self-proclaimed node father, when I think of node, mellow isn't really a word that I'd use to describe things. So I'm very interested to see and hear what this Mellow Node in Bayswater Queens is all about. Are you there, TikTok Land? You might be on mute, mate.
Hello?
Hey, there you go.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I clicked on it, but then it didn't say, let me speak. Okay, so, okay. I'm trying to put my nerves together here.
It's all good, mate.
So I just want to say, first I want to say thank you, Ben, for the invite or the ability to feature with you guys. And it was a very thorough process, with a lot of information, and it was great to kind of have that onboarding like that instead of just kind of go live and just come up with some words. So I just appreciate that. So just a shout out to you and the show. I do want to give some shout outs to the crew in Bayswater, my guys, the moderators, Raul, Zuka Kitos. Zuka Kitos is actually the Mellow Node mayor.
Nice.
So we elected a mayor about 3 months ago. And Unteki is a city planner in real life, and he has done a lot of city plan type work for us in Bayswater. And can anybody hear me?
Yeah, mate, all good.
Oh, sorry. And then Bonix is currently he's doing like a sky view of Bayswater. So basically he does screenshots for us and kind of what's going on in the our node. So let me try to screen share because that's gonna be definitely a challenge here. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna scroll over and kind of show where we're at, and what we do. So yeah, you're right. The reason for the Mellow Node name is we kind of want to be like that, the place to go to relax from all the hustle and bustle and the business and things like that. And you know, the metaverse is an awesome place, but sometimes you just want to also hang out and build together, kind of like with people that are like-minded, and get to know each other there while you're building. And so that's the reason why we call we call ourselves the Mellow Node. Kind of like, not that we're like a lazy node, because we do build a lot, but more so just we're more about personality rather than the numbers, I guess. And so our builds are like, it's our theme to build what you like and build what you kind of like, what's your personality, that's what you should build if you want. So if you want a pink house, if you want a blue house, and that's what you'd like, then that's what you should go with, because that's your personality. So over here we have the Seaside Village by Unteki. This is his personal, it's like a creation that he had in mind. So it's a seaside vacation village. And that's the other thing that we kind of love about what we're doing, is that we're seaside, we're next to water. And so what we'd like to do is eventually, of course, with utility, to be able to have like water utility, something that has to do with either boat racing or yachts, some type of yachting in the Bay Area there. We also are big on trying to kind of form partnerships with other nodes. There's a lot of other nodes around us, and so far we have spoken to some. We have some partnerships, and Far Rockaway is not exactly a node, but we do have some partnerships there with one of our guys is built a factory there. I've built a showroom in Far Rockaway, and we're kind of working on branching that together with Bayswater's manufacturing. Once that makes sense, right now we're still building, of course, and waiting for factory utility, showroom utility. So once that makes sense, we kind of would like to piece that all together and have manufacturing partnerships with other nodes that are also interested in that. So so far we have some in Far Rockaway. So the factory that we have is by Raul Morales. So he has a seaside factory right here. So that's his factory. And what he'd like to produce is beach themed decor. So surf shacks, gazebos, hammocks, things of that nature. We do have a racetrack, and unfortunately, because of the screenshot situation, I didn't want to try to keep clicking on and off screenshots, but we do have the racetrack that extends right across this cool build here we call it Lucky Number 7. So this is Raul Morales's townhome builds right here. And so the racetrack is going to go across there, and basically right around almost all of the part of this side of Bayswater, and then kind of going around. And then we also have Block Explorer Shop. It's called Blocky Bees by Georgique. So I'm trying to scroll to it, but it's loading. So just a second.
You're doing better than I do. My computer can't handle it at all. So yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to scroll as it loads, kind of thing. So
yeah.
So this is Blocky Bees. This is her shop. And so this is pretty cool, having a shop in our place, a little node. So the thing is, the area is really big. So it looks like we have like a lot less homes than we do, possibly. But because it's like really spread out at this point. But it's currently, I'll just say some numbers just to kind of make sense of things for people. It's about 5 months in. We have a 7.5% build rate. Home-wise, 142 builds, and our floor currently, we were a little while ago, we were like at 15K, but then we did a little, there was a little spotlight that Radish Head did for us. And some of that plus the work we've been doing and everything, it took us to current 30K UPEX floor. So those are some of the things that we kind of are about. Property wise, we have 1,800 properties, so it's definitely quite a bit.
For reference,
sorry.
that's about double the size of Midtown Terrace or more. So, yep.
It's a lot to
It's a big
handle,
one.
like to try to build up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I
and
just
you
got a
know,
property there.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I gobbled some up too.
I just
Uh,
bought a property.
In Bayswater?
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
got it.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, I mean, the thing is we are seaside, so kind of what I'm saying, and I know can be confusing if at this point we don't have the seaside utility, but that's what we're building for. We're hoping that there's boat access, boat type of deliveries for manufacturing. We are working on the seaside village. We're working on, and of course, again, utility pending with a potential of hotels and the type of like a vacation homes, so people can either rent out a vacation spot and watch a racetrack. Racing going on, boat races going on. So we're really excited to go kind of grow along with utility, so to speak. So we don't have too many cars parked. Luckily, out of like the five lottos that we did for cars, I was able to get a truck, so that was pretty cool. That was like a highlight moment for me personally. Anyway, it was really fun to get a truck in Upland.
I just got next to that red design there on Egbert. That's me.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, what Eggert is, it represents our Genesis village. So this is where we all
there you go.
we all started off, and we had like basically nothing going on, and we just kind of, a few of us got to know each other. It was a couple buddies that just played Upland together. We met in Upland, and we somehow just happened to mint in Bayswater when Queens came out, and we started talking, and we're like, let's see what happens and let's start building together in this area. So, and then it just from there, I think we're at like 100 members within our node, and then like I think 300 plus on the Discord that we have in the Bayswater Discord. And the other thing is we're always open to connecting with other nodes, connecting with other what do you call it, like YouTubers that do Upland coverage, just because we're always open to learn. We're always open to try new things, try new style giveaways, try new style contests and events. We are excited that there's a lot of layer 2 possibilities, and we'd hope to have some type of layer 2 just because of the beach theme. But we currently don't have like any kind of like partnership as far as like layer 2. So it's something we'll take a look at and see where that goes. But something like a theme of like a beach party in Bayswater would be kind of awesome, like a layer 2 type thing. But again, that's something in the works, something we're working on. But that's awesome that you guys were able to scoop up a couple properties. That's really cool.
Absolutely. And I'll just say too, in chat, Upland Puppet has mentioned that if you would like to be entered into the node battles that he runs, to send him a DM. So that's Upland Puppet.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, absolutely. We'd love to enter you guys into the next one. I love up and coming nodes, and you sound like a great participant that could challenge the Woodhood. Was the remaining? They are holding the title right now. So.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to read and how does that work?
Just DM me after the show, and
Sure.
I'll give you the details.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Sure. Thank you.
So let's see what else I can say. Oh, I almost forgot. So right in the center here, this was another inspiring thing that we just realized by hanging out and kind of taking pictures of our node. So this looks like an ice cream cone right in the center. And so we titled this build the Bayswater ice cream cone, and we just started kind of building these different builds that we wanted on there, and we all ended up having different things like an apartment, townhouse, and just whatever we kind of felt like was cool to build. But it was just nice to have something like with a seaside theme that we have an actual ice cream cone in the center of the node.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the property shapes and layouts. It looks like you've got a hell of a lot of room there to, to do a whole bunch of different things. I know in Midtown Terrace, at least, we suffer from not having a wide variety of property options, so we're pretty limited in what we can do. But there, you've got a bunch of little properties, big ones, heaps of options.
Yeah, the one thing we have chatted about, but it seems like right now there's not much information still, but we were really interested in potentially having a World of Football type stadium, I think, which was discussed in, we discussed it, but we still haven't formed a team, and we're not quite sure if, we would like to do that, but we're not sure on the cost of entry. I think there's like a licensing fee, and we're not sure on some of those factors yet, but definitely would be super cool if we could put a stadium like on this property. This is Raul Morales' property, and he's talked about potentially doing that, but again, we don't know enough about the details yet to see if that's possible, but we definitely would like to if it works out. I just think that would be a really cool event type venue to have in the node, and kind of have that teamwork in the node. But if not, we're always working on other team aspects, and kind of like I was mentioning, like layer 2, something in the layer 2 sense of an event, a party that we can do. So we're going to be working on that. The one other thing too, right here in this apartment, I believe Tommy Yachts has already applied and is just waiting to get a Block Explorer shop. So we're just waiting for the next batch of approvals. But I think it's supposed to happen. So if it happens, we'll have a couple shops in the node. So that'll be really cool. And then the third, so we did have somebody, Bonix over here. Sorry. So he applied. He actually won one of the houses Raul Morales raffled off in this strip of Lucky 7 homes. So he won one of the homes, and what he decided to do is he decided to apply for a Soccer Legit shop about several weeks ago. So we're waiting to see what happens and if that comes through or not. But that was just we still don't have an answer there. As far as the Block Explorer shop in this part of town, apparently we've already gotten approval. We're just, I think, waiting for the next batch to come out. So, and then we are definitely hoping for there's going to be some kind of bayside approach to where like we can build either a dock or some kind of boat access. So that'll be really cool. But that's our description at this point. And we're just trying to kind of do as much as we can together. The other thing is we're not really like big time as far as UPIX or as far as Spark, but the teamwork we had is what made this possible. Like when I started, when I started in Bayswater, I had like 0.5 Spark or 0.6 Spark, I think, something like that. And then some of the other guys we have had like 1 Spark, 2 Spark, and it wasn't anything like somebody just came in with 40 Spark and just blew us up. It wasn't like that. So that's the cool thing too, is like we were able to kind of build together that way for now. But yeah, and we're always open to teaming up and to kind of creative ideas, because we feel like Bayswater has a lot to offer It's seaside. It's built for upland utility, and we're kind of trying to go with like at pace of what's coming out. So
Awesome.
we're kind of hoping for that.
Alrighty, if you want to mellow out by the Bayside, send TikTok Land a DM, or there will be a link to their Discord within the description as well.
Thank you very much.
No
Let me
worries,
stop
mate.
the screen share.
Should be a big red button there, I think. Yep, awesome. All right, let's start winding down and get some UPEX out of my hands and into somebody else's hands. The competition and prize details for last week's challenge was to show us how and where you've decorated your primary residence for Halloween by posting a screenshot and a description in the MBE contest channel. And once again, the prize is going to be 10,000 UPEX. Now, I bet you it's going to reload again. No, it didn't. Awesome. So what do we got here? We got Joey, JR Wheels, Joelives, NFT Architect, and Kevin Loader. Let's see who's gonna claim the 10K. Oh my gosh, Joe. Joe has done it again.
Nice.
Well done, Joe. That's 10,000 UPEX for Joe, just for a few seconds of his time. So where did you post, Joe? Can you give us a heads up on that?
I posted it in the contests section, and I tried to do it right after the meeting so I don't forget. And I did my thing in Creedmoor to help them out and try to win that competition.
Nice. And
Umbrella Boy hooked me up, by the way. Sorry.
He's just asked, does Joe always win? Yeah, pretty much every week, Joe. He's definitely got a lucky streak going on. So yes, but
wait, Zoe did a decoration. She wasn't in that wheel.
Let me have a look. How did I miss Zoe?
I don't know.
It was in contest. I did it while we were on the UDU podcast last week.
First.
And I did this whole description about my kids going rabid, and I had to cordon off and tape up my property.
Oh my gosh. Let me see here. Where are we? Let me go down to the bottom.
I will share my love with Zoe if you want to split it.
I just looked at I can't scroll up. I just looked at the window closed, because I always throw a window closed. So maybe I screwed that up. So that was that window closed.
And it was right after
Look at
the
that
agency.
first one.
First one.
No, I won't tax you, Joe. I'll just hook you up. So
no, so you keep your prize. Like, that's definitely well earned. Yeah. Yeah.
How about I put your name 2 times for the 1 million UPEX wheels? How about that? Will that work?
Oh, so long as everyone else agrees, I'm happy with that.
It's not up to them. It's our show.
Okay.
We'll see how we go. Yeah, I don't know how I screwed that up. Must have been in my mad scramble this morning. Apologies for that. Okay, for this week's challenge, again, it's going to be similar to that. Drop a story or a brief description in the MBE contest channel outlining how you go about mellowing out in the metaverse. If, like me, you're flat out like a lizard drinking all day, every day, and the word mellow isn't really in your vocabulary, well, you can let us know all about that instead. Again, the prize will be 10,000 UPEX. So once again, drop a story or a description in the MBE contest channel outlining how you mellow out in the metaverse.
I just put my thing there.
You don't mellow. Oh, no, you do mellow out.
I do. I said I'd
whole...
go to a Metaverse edible store and get meta high.
I was going to say, then I got high. Yeah.
Then I got high.
All right. Now we don't have Jazzy Jazz in, so you're going to have to do some live dictation for me. If possible, please, Chisels. Where are we? Let me bring this up. I'll close that down. Ask for a code word. I'll put Zoe in twice. Now, Zoe, do you want twice in the same spot or spread out?
Spread it out.
All right. Who we got in cheese?
We got Awesome,
Awesome. Yep.
Cooper Verl,
Coop.
Finsky,
Finn.
Goldie,
Goldie. Yep.
Rob,
Rob.
Shaq,
Shaq.
Joe.
Yep.
TikTok.
Yep.
Umbrella,
Umbrella. Yep.
Puppet,
I'm going to throw another Zoe in there too. Yep. Puppet.
and I think that's it.
What about yourself? Cheese.
Oh, yeah, I cheesily. I forget about myself.
All right. Let's see who. Oh, I didn't take the ask for a code word out. So that'll be funny if that wins. Oh,
Zoe.
we just missed Zoe.
Awesome.
Awesome. Are you there? Awesome.
I am here.
Ooh.
Let's
Hold on,
see.
let me get
What
my-
is the
Exciting.
what is the code word or phrase for this week?
Life finds a way.
Oh, zing, zing, zing. I think that's the
Hey-o.
first time we've nailed it.
Without my help.
Might be.
I know, right? Very exciting.
All right. Can you bring up the wheels? Yep. Awesome.
Was that quote from Jeff Goldblum? I've been wondering the
Yes.
whole time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
life. Oh,
So it was a
By the way.
loose reference to the UDU evolving. Maybe a bad reference, but yeah. All right. Awesome knows how to play. You've done this a few times.
Yep. Go.
5 chances for 25K, which if the
Oh,
50K goes off this week, I'm going to be.
Oh my
fast.
God.
Did he get it?
Woo!
Did it go?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. 25K.
I think last time I went for it, but I think I'm going to keep it this time.
Yeah, I would keep
It's going to bank that UpX.
Hell yeah,
You'll
$25.
get it back when Decor comes out. So
Now, I will put a caveat on that. I did tap out my balance this morning paying off the UCC, so I'll put that as an IOU. I'll have that to you by this afternoon when my divs come through. So,
oh yeah, no worries.
but as we always do, let's continue to play. Let's see what you missed out on.
All right, let's see it.
Tell me when.
All right, and go.
That'd be so funny.
It
3
would be.
chances for
Well,
50K.
so far, you're good.
Down to 500 UpX. So yes, that was a good
All
call
right.
so far.
Tell me when.
All right, and go.
So this is one shot at 1 million. No whammies, no whammies. Isn't that what Dak said? Was it
Ooh,
Dak? No, who was that
No,
last
you
week?
did great.
hey,
You did
that's
great
good.
taking it.
250. Yeah, you went downhill the whole way. So
Ooh.
That was
All right, well, that's
awesome.
exciting.
congratulations. So that's 10K I owe for Joe, 25K for Awesome, and I owe Zoe an apology and maybe a couple of NFTs. I'll sling you a couple of NFTs or something, Zoe.
Aw.
Alrighty, I think that wraps us up for this week. Let me just double check. Yep, we're all good. A reminder that to go in the running for the 1 million UpX wheels, just like Awesome did, you should be in the Zoom at the start of the show for the snapshot or at the end, depending on how we go. You need to be paying attention in the middle of the show to catch a code word or phrase. And most importantly of all, you need to be here at the end of the show when the wheels start rolling. If you have an Upland, NFT, or Metaverse product, service, or event to promote, opportunities are always available for sponsorship and engagement in the UDU podcast. Contact myself or More Cheese to discuss and secure your spots. All proceeds go towards giveaways and prizes on the podcast. And yes, we are going to keep spamming our Samurai Aquatics ad. Don't forget that our opening day is November 12th. We're opening up the showroom in 2 waves, one in the AM, one in the PM. So check that out. Like and subscribe, rate and review, spruik and spam, all that good stuff. You know what to do, cheese.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready. Sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.